Hey, thanks for tuning in today. Hi, thanks for tuning in today. I just want to give a few minutes for a few people to tune in. Yes, I am wearing a crown and holding my scepter here because it's my birthday. Try not to scream because, although it's my birthday, my kid is still sleeping. So it's my birthday. So I'm going to be sharing a few, how do I say it? Deep spiritual triggers today. I know usually we talk a lot about politics, and I want you guys to know that we're still going to get into politics, and we are definitely going to keep up with the road to the election and all the distractions that are going on. But today, in honor of my birthday, I wanted to kind of talk about the spiritual journey that, to be honest, all of America is on right now. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and open my bottle of champagne. If you know me, you know champagne is my drink of choice. Oh, I have some people that are making comments. Hey, George. George, are you on? If you are on, go ahead and leave me a comment. And bear with me on today's episode. I know I usually get a little not a little deeper into issues and topics. But, like I said, it's my birthday and I wanted to celebrate with you guys because you may not know this, but I really, really appreciate my Trigger Tuesdays viewers. It just seems like when people, I'm touched because it feels like when I tell people about, I have the show that I do and they come on and they watch, it's like right after that, they're hooked and they either watch for an entire episode, they come in while I'm live, or they'll watch after the live airs. So I really want to take a moment and reflect on that and just put my appreciation for all of you who have been watching. I think this is either episode 16 or 17. I know I should know, but I forgot. So anyway, I'm going to get this open, and then once I get this open, we can get into some topics, because even though it's my birthday, it's still Trigger Tuesdays, y'all, and there's a lot going on. Let me go ahead and put a banner up here. Let's see, let's get this banner in so that you guys know what's going on. I'm trying to get this bottle open. I swear I know how to open a bottle. What do y'all think about these new non-cork corkscrews that we have on bottles now? I'm gonna try to open this quietly because it is still sleeping. Oh, wait, I thought I had it and it's not. Okay, wait a minute, guys. Hold on. If I can ever get my strength together to get this bottle open, we can get into some topics. Okay, wait a second here. Because, it's been a long day and I need to get this bottle open. And I need to get into some topics with you all. Do I have to step off camera and, woman handle this? Strong arm it? I think I do. 1 second. Excuse me. See, I had to step off camera because I didn't want you guys to see what I'm really doing. I need to. You can see the ladylike version. Wow. Oh, we didn't have a pop because I didn't really want to pop anyway. Oh, and I'm not going to tell you what bottle I'm drinking, and it's definitely wrapped up because Trigger Tuesdays is not sponsored, and I'm not giving anyone any shine. And you know what? I kind of like that we're not sponsored right now. I'm not sure if I'm even ready for that. Y'all see what happened to Nick Cannon. Let me pour up and keep my mouth shut. I mean, not really. I'm just saying that as a joke. Y'all know I'm going to keep saying what I want to say. Cheers. And again, thank you all for tuning in, rocking out with me for the past, it's been over 3 months. It's definitely been over 3 months. And just paying attention to Trigger Tuesdays. I did want to say, I had a few viewers who asked me, I'm such a lightweight. I took one sip and I'm like, well, I want to say, let me pick up my Vespa. If you have topics that you would like to see me or hear me talk about, go ahead and send them. If you have a topic that triggers you, go ahead and send them in. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to Mommy B, who is my best friend's mom. I know that you submitted a topic and it's a good one, y'all. I originally wanted to go over it on this episode, but it's a topic that I really want to take my time with and make sure that I present it to you all properly. So I just wanted to give Mommy B a shout out and let you know that I do still have your topic. However, I think I'm going to wait and present that to you all next week, because this week I've been super busy with auditions. Let me tell you, like, see, I don't want to say too much because Nick Cannon, but let's just say brands are looking for, if you know what I mean. So I've been busy with auditions. I've done 2 today already, and after I'm done with this, I'm going to do a voiceover auditions because, you know, I want that uptown swag, swang, tang. Anyway, let's get into these topics, shall we? So the first one up is, what the hell are the Kardashians doing to men? Now, a lot of people say, like, oh my God, what are they doing to black men? Or they have this curse with black men. But guys, I don't even think it's black men. I think it's all men. Look what happened to, what's his name? I'm sorry. Her name. And there's my point, okay? And then we have Lamar, who, did he commit suicide? Something about he had 19 strokes, died 9 times, came back. What's up with that? And then we have, Courtney's man, Scott. A little bit too much, but here's the thing. Scott fights back. I don't know how Scott has maintained his sanity. Some argue that he's not really that sane. But anyway, and now we have finally Kanye West, and let's get into a little bit of Kanye Gate. Ladies, especially my married ladies, lean in. Let me ask y'all a question. Is there any way in hell you would allow your husband to run amok, embarrass himself, and basically be a public disgrace to the 2020 civil rights movement? Is there any way that you would allow that to happen? If you guys have a comment, if you're making comments, go ahead and I still haven't figured out, okay, how to see my comments in real time, okay? And it's my birthday. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm just going to sit here and have another sip. Make a comment and, like, I'll reply when I'm done. Because I didn't figure that part out yet. Okay, so anyway, back to the Kardashians. I just want to know from married ladies, is there any way in hell you would allow your husband to make a mockery, and I hate calling someone a fool, but he is making a fool out of himself, y'all. And here's the reason why. How are you saying that you're running for presidency, but you have missed most, if not all, of the key dates for the key states? Then on top of that, you're talking about you're running for the birthday party. That's the party you're running with. At what point does Kim say to herself, because for me, at some point, I would have definitely been like, okay, babe, like when we're doing pillow talk, you want to what? Like we already have an election that is well on its way. We have already voted for our nominees for the different parties. And now I'm supposed to sit here and listen to you say, Steve, I'm not wearing your crown. I'm wearing my crown. This is a new one, but I did think about getting you the man version. I'm going to put my phone on silent, because as you guys can hear, I'm getting some messages, but I don't mind. But anyway, Kim is full of, if you love that man, if you liked that man, you would not let him embarrass himself like that. Furthermore, like, what about him being the father of your children? Yeah, the father of your children's father. You guys know what I mean? I'm such a lightweight, excuse me. Like, what about that? Are you afraid that he's going to embarrass them? Like, do you care about anything? No, you don't. It's all for the ratings. They will pimp anyone, even themselves, for the ratings. And I just want to wrap this up by saying, like, at one point I was like, no, why is everyone coming down on them? It's just like, that's just what they like. They happen to like black men. So what? And my thing is, okay, I get it, you like black men, but you have an influential black man who is in need of help right now during a time where black people are in need of help. For the sake of your children, girl, get it together and pull your man down off that stage and get him the help that he needs for you and your family and your children. Period, point blank. Next topic. Because like some things just irritate me. Okay, let me take a sip for this. Now, are y'all familiar with Megan Thee Stallion? You may not know her. Okay, even if you think you don't know her, does everyone know that song, I'm a Savage? Nah, what's happening? You know that, right? Okay, well, she's the female rapper who is behind that song. She just had her first number one hit. She is 25 years old and she's tearing up the airwaves right now. I'm a big fan. I love how she has this kind of like fierce femininity. I freaking love it. Sadly, she was shot by her lover in a case of domestic violence because she was apparently trying to leave him. And when I say leave him, I mean break up with him. I don't want to do this anymore. From what I hear, he suffers from two issues. Apparently, he's as short as I am. I'm 5'1". Okay, and her name is Stallion for a reason. Okay, so that's his first issue. His second issue is he's a rapper, but so I hear, so I've heard. See the problem? He's a rapper. I guess like I know Savage, I know Hot Girl Summer, all these songs from Megan, but I know nothing of, honestly, I don't even know his name. That's why he's listed here as by her lover, which leads me to my overarching point about when domestic violence happens to strong women. And you know, Megan Thee Stallion may never see this video, but there's probably another strong woman who's going to see this video. And the first thing I want to say to you is do not be embarrassed. I found myself in a situation where, and I don't like to use the word victim because victim feels so powerless, you know what I mean? But I found myself in a domestic violence situation where I was called and considered a victim, right? I like to think that I flipped the script on that and became what I call a domestic violence warrior. With that said, I find, unfortunately, very strong women are, in a way and in a sense, targeted by certain men. Because there is something about us that they are drawn to because they want it. And some might even argue that they need it, but they don't have it. So when they see it, at first they're like, yeah, I'm attracted to it. They think so. Honestly, they think that they are. And then they realize that this power, this strength, this light, this je ne sais quoi, this it factor they will never have. So they begin to attack. And I feel like that is exactly what happened with Megan Thee Stallion. And unfortunately, from what I'm hearing, she's very embarrassed about it. I too was very embarrassed about it. No, I'm not a rapper who walks around talking about this, you know, I'm a savage, but I do believe that I am very much a savage. And on top of that, I'm a strong feminist, you know, and I was out there talking about women's rights and this and that, but it happened. So what I want to say to not just strong women, but all women, do not put fault on yourself for this happening to you. You are not responsible for the actions of someone else. What you are responsible for is how you respond and how you use your light, your platform, and your influence to show women who are watching you, yes, that you can get away from him, and it's going to take some force. I said what I said, and that's usually what it takes, for an abuser to walk away, some force, just like it's going to take with Black people to get our rights in the U.S. Fear, force, and finance. Y'all have heard me talk about this before. You have heard me compare domestic violence abusers to what the United States is doing to Black people. We are very much caught up in a loop. You know, just like with DV, there's a loop. There's, okay, here's the nice part, right? Yeah, I love you. Put you on a platform, give you a whole bunch of compliments. And then it starts to dwindle. And then the little insults come, and then maybe it gets physical or it gets financial, and then it goes into a full-blown attack, right? And then after the attack happens, you see where I am? Went around the loop, boom, now we're back to putting you on the platform. So it's just a circle, which is what the United States is doing to Black people, right? What was the first loop? 40 acres and a mule? Okay, that didn't happen. So now we're going back around. They're still killing, they're still lynching. So, you know, then what are they promising? Reparations. Okay, you know, they were going back around. They're still killing, they're still lynching, they're still, you know, blocking us and taking money from our schools. It is a circle. And what I want to say to any person, because it happens to men too, any person, and real talk, it happens within families. Sometimes our parents, grandparents, I am tired of fighting with my birthday sash here, guys. So hold on one second. Let me see if I can jerry rig this. Let me see if I can jerry rig this so it doesn't move anymore, because y'all need to understand. You need to see. Happy birthday. And also, I'm proud to be 38, y'all. Like, and the reason why I say I'm proud to be 38, and I want to say that boldly, is because, shh, guys, I audition for roles that are at least 10 years younger than me. Honestly, no, it's true. It's rare that I get called in or book a role for a woman in her 30s. And here I am at the end. Next topic. I am so disappointed in the Smiths. I have no idea what to do. First, it started with the fact that this is even a conversation, or that this has been a conversation. For one, those of us from like my generation and above, haven't we been accusing them of doing this and doing that for like 20 years and swinging and dipping and doing? And now suddenly, in the middle of the civil rights movement, this is when you guys want to deny or affirm? Why now? What is your motive? I'll tell you what the motive is. If you follow me on Instagram and you saw in my stories, as soon as this happened, I said to them and I tagged them, Will, Jada, lean in. One thing I don't want to see, you better not start a series called Entanglement. And oh, not even a quarter later, not even a full quarter later, quarter as in the fiscal year, as in like how they manage their marketing and blah, 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 and all that stuff. What do we have? We have our first installment of the Entanglement consumer package. August Alsina has put out a song called Entanglement. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. And this is the part that, it doesn't hurt me, because honestly, I stopped rocking with them a long time ago, to be honest, because I think they are full of shit. And as 11's mom, I want to talk to 7's mom, Erykah Badu. Do y'all know she has Entanglement candles out? Yes, Erykah Badu has Entanglement candles out. So like now they're just going like all commercial with spirituality and getting in touch with our ancestors. But you know what? Karma's real, and you have to stop playing with your ancestors, and you have to stop playing with spirituality. And if you don't want to, trust me, the universe and karma will make sure that you do. You will eventually learn your lesson. You will see that it is not right to play with your people. And when the rapture comes and you realize that you were on the wrong side, I hope that green can save your black. Next topic. Going along with this topic, while we are so distracted by, there's Entanglement, there's Kanye, have you guys noticed how many people are dying? Literally, I feel like every time I look at my phone, there is a notice of someone else dying. And it's not just like, not that anyone is random, but y'all know what I mean. We have like 3 historical people in 1 week. Is going on? Are you scared? Am I scared? Anyway, my point is there's so much going on to distract us. And you want to know why? You want to know why? Because while we are all distracted and tired of being in COVID, quarantine, and looking at, oh my God, there's 40 states that are like buzzing with COVID right now. While we're doing that, you know what's happening? That man who is in office, he's passing laws, he's appointing people. And what that means is anything that he is doing, even when he's out of office, we've still got to work double hard to undo that he is doing right now. So I want you all to just, and I don't want to sound like one of those intellectuals like, oh my God, do you know this law got passed? No, that's not what I'm here for. You know, go to CNN or somebody or Wikipedia to do that. This is Trigger Tuesdays. I'm just here to tell you what's triggering me so that maybe, you know, you might want to investigate and get triggered with me. But my point is, while we're distracted by Kanye Gate and Entanglement Gate, this man is passing laws and putting people in office that will be there way after he leaves the office. But as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm still waiting and praying for the day where we just like create a whole new system, because the whole, anyway, excuse me for like bleeping myself. As I'm working on growing this channel, I realize that there are certain things that I need to start doing as a YouTuber. I don't think they curse. Sometimes I have a potty mouth, especially when I've been drinking. Next topic. Okay, so back to Kanye. I know I said earlier, like, what would you do if this was your husband? But the truth is, and let's talk about in a situation where it's not your husband, because honestly, in that situation, I feel like when it's your spouse, you have a little more leeway. And I just can't imagine my husband running around like that and my allowing that to happen. Not just for me, but for him, for his sake. But anyway, now that that's out of the way, what do you do when you have an adult relative who very clearly and obviously needs some mental health help? I think you rally the troops, you get other family members involved, and this is where unity, and we talk about unity as a whole, as a people, but even unity in our own family units is very important. There is no way in God's green earth you are going to have a shot at convincing an adult that they have a mental health issue, because here's the thing, if they have a mental health issue, they've been thinking like that for a long time. So what they think is normal. So like you've got to cut through a lot of barriers, and trying to do that as one person is scary. So I think the best way, not even the best way, your best shot would just be to link up with some other relatives and try to get through. And if that doesn't work, at some point you have to go with tough love and you have to cut them off. Like, you're not invited to the cookout. Nah, because if you don't understand that every time we go to a cookout and you drink a little bit too much, and then you want to be acting like you're a dinosaur, yeah, that's not normal. Like, if that's what they're out there doing, like, it's time to band together as a family. Maybe record there too. Maybe that's what it is. In a situation where, because that might not work. Hashtag, I don't know. Next topic. Y'all on your own with that one. Don't be distracted. Entanglement. Did I cover all the topics already? Ooh, I have some topics in the fishbowl. I haven't gone to the fishbowl yet. Kanye West is a nut with money, just like Trump. But we already kind of talked about that, right? Like, and the only reason that we are paying attention to the Kanye West Faust of an election run is because he is Kanye West and because he has money to put himself in the limelight. There are a bunch of candidates who run that we never see, but we don't hear about them. Dude, no. So this one is a funny one. I do this thing where I spoil my son on purpose because and if you guys are on TikTok, you'll get this next reference because I want him to pick a wife that caters to him like this and not like this, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I do it on purpose. I make sure all of his food is like made from scratch. I make sure that when he first wakes up in the morning, that, rub the back of his neck, how was your sleep? Yeah, because I want him to understand and know what it feels like to be catered to and nurtured and loved by a woman. So that's what he looks for in his partner. I mean, that's the kind of woman that I am. So I want my son to have the same kind of thing, This is about Megan Thee Stallion again. And again, I'm not sure who is on my live with me right now, but I thank you so much for tuning in. It is my birthday, y'all. I'm getting ready to wind down, but before I do, I'm going to pour a little bit more. And yes, I do have it covered because Trigger Tuesdays is still unsponsored, so no one's getting any shout outs from me. Shout outs. Ooh, this one is a good one. This one is more on the spiritual tip, guys. Your purpose will find you. Ooh, I do have other topics. So your purpose will find you. What are you running from because of fear? I hear this a lot with people. I mean, I'm sure you hear it a lot. What's my purpose? I don't know what my purpose is. First, I want to say, if you do, you know when someone is moving in their purpose because the highs and lows that happen from one day to the next don't really affect them. I am someone, I feel very strongly that I'm moving in my purpose, and not just because of COVID. I have been moving in my purpose for at least 20 years. I am much closer to realizing or self-actualization. If any of you are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of self-actualization, you know what I'm talking about. But and I get a lot of questions about, well, I would love to find my purpose, or I feel like I'm just here, and I can't imagine what that must feel like. So I wanted to share, your purpose will find you. What I'm actually doing within my purpose, I never, hold on, what's this other man? I never woke up and said, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. It presented itself to me in large ways. And every time I tried to walk away and go back to, my corporate life per se and dust off my corporate resume, it was like the streets, they just kept calling me back. Like, who do you? So I just wanted to put that out there for those of you who are trying to look for your purpose, or you think, I think this is my purpose, or whatever lights you up. And possibly if you're of a certain age, you're running from it now. Look into it. Look in that direction. It might not be your purpose. It may not be your thing, but it might be the thing that leads you to your purpose. You always want to go in the direction of anything that lights you up. Like they say, go into the light. It's true. Go. Next topic. So along with that, Do you remember your childhood dreams? I mean, like, what did you want to do? What were your life goals before the world and society introduced you to fears? I remember, um, not my mom, because my mom was a no limit soldier. She was like, you can be something new every year. You can be the best you. You can have 1,000 different careers. So not my mom, but other people that I knew growing up. I remember saying to certain people, I want to do this or I want to do that. And their responses being, why? No one else we knew did it. Who do you think you are? Why can't you be satisfied? So, do you see what I'm saying when I say the world and society introduces fear to us? As a child, I just said, excuse me, it's the champagne. I just want to fly. And they were like, you don't have any wings. And I'm just happy that for some reason, my spirit, the spirit that came to this world, we'll get into that because, we're all on a spirit journey here, not the flesh, if you know what I mean. Just happy that my spirit said no and continued to push forward for my dreams and my goals. So just try to remember what you were into. What did you like? Even if you're feeling removed from your purpose and you're feeling like I'm just here, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And right now in COVID, everyone is trying to pivot in the right direction. Like maybe I was, working at this job, slaving away, but deep down inside, I knew it wasn't really for me, or I'm not really happy at all. Take the time to remember your childhood dreams. And if you can't remember what your childhood dreams were, just go back to whatever you enjoyed. I enjoyed playing dress up. I still dress up 3 to 4 times a day. This is my third or fourth outfit today. And no one even sees it. I don't care. It's for me. I mean, I'm working on someone seeing it. Anyway, next topic. I'll let y'all know how that goes. Maybe I'll start doing trigger Tuesdays after dark or something. I don't know. So, the chaos of COVID will bring clarity to those who are paying attention. And this isn't anything new, guys. You all know, what do they say? After a storm comes a rainbow, right? That is very true. If you look, whatever you put in your mind, scratch that. We all see the world through our own particular lens. If I'm a happy person, everywhere I go, I see happiness because that's what I'm seeking. That is the lens through which I have decided I'm going to see the world through. If I'm pissed off and angry, trust me, everywhere I go, I'm going to find a fight because that's what I'm looking for. So in the chaos of COVID, if you are just, oh my God, what's going to happen? That's all you're going to get. But for those of us, yes, us, who sit down and can calm themselves and just be and just wait. And maybe this is a time where you reflect, where you look at yourself and say, am I moving in my purpose? Do I even know what my purpose is? Wait a minute. Before the world put all these pressures on me, what was I into? What did I want to do? If you can do that, the chaos that everyone is feeling right now in COVID won't have an effect on you. It hasn't affected me much. Has my life been flipped upside down? Yeah, in some good ways. And the good ways outweigh the bad ways. So, next topic. Let me put this up here because I want to tell you guys. Is that all my topics? I think that's all of my topics. Another sip. Well, anyway, that's all of my topics for tonight. I'm ending a little bit early because I have one more audition. Because thank God, for Black Lives Matter and the Civil Rights Movement of 2020, there is a high demand for, y'all read between the lines. Thank you so much for tuning in, not just tonight, but all the other Tuesday nights. I will be back next Tuesday. And next Tuesday, we'll get more into political topics like we always do. Tonight, I just wanted to celebrate with you guys a little bit. And to be honest, I was a little thrown off with my schedule this week because of work. But like always, I love you. And if there are any trigger topics that you want to see me go over, if there's anything that is triggering you during the week, go ahead, send an email to lifewithtiffany@gmail.com. Also, you could just leave a comment below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, you can leave a comment below as well. I thank you so much. And if you want to say happy birthday, go ahead and subscribe. Bye. Love you all.